I'm on it. All right, so we're gonna make some salsa. So we're out of salsa. This is one variation of salsa that I make that's, it's a red salsa. It's a little bit roasted and a little bit boiled, which sounds weird, but it tastes really good. So you gotta remember with salsas, they're custom. Everywhere you go, everybody has their own recipe. They do it their own way. So I'll show you this recipe and you can modify however you want. You can add things, you can take away things, but I think you'll find out it's pretty good. All right, here we go. Okay, for this salsa, what we're gonna be using, we're gonna use just a handful, literally this is a handful of Guajillo peppers. This is Chile De Arbol, which is, they're smaller, they're gonna probably pack a little more heat. You're gonna use half of a white onion. This is where they may go less. You'll see most Mexican recipes, they go with maybe 2 cloves of garlic. I like mine to be a little more garlicky, so I'm gonna do 6. You're gonna need some fresh squeezed lime juice at the end. You're gonna need some cilantro, and you're gonna need some kind of acid. It could be tomatoes, any kind of, I've experimented with cherry tomatoes, regular tomatoes, but Romas are always good because they're really meaty. These are really, really ripe. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna roast these off in the oven. And this is also a little bit different if you've never made salsas. I've made pico de gallo, and when I started learning how to make salsas and watching the pros do it, they boil a lot of stuff, which I was really surprised to see that. So you're gonna see us today. What we're gonna do is I'll show you how to de-seed these, and we're gonna put the onion, the garlic, Chile De Arbol, and the Guajillo peppers all in some boiling water, and we're gonna keep it there until they become really soft and pliable and mushy, and they're gonna cook. All right, and then the tomatoes, I'm gonna put them in the oven. I'm gonna set the tomatoes in the oven under broil, and all I'm gonna do is roast them. We're gonna get a nice char on them, and we're gonna cook them down. We're not gonna roast the cilantro. I just put it there to look pretty. All right. All right. We're gonna go ahead and place the onion and the garlic in the water, and also the Chile De Arbol. What's cool about Chile De Arbol is they're so small. You may have some stems on there. You can pick them off. Most of the time they fall off already, so you don't really have to de-stem them. But the Guajillos, you do have to de-stem. So let's put these in the water, and then I'll show you how to cut these down. We're gonna take off the seeds inside and some of the white fiber inside because that's bitter. You don't want that. Or you want to turn the heat down a little bit when it comes to a boil. And what we're looking for is the peppers to turn pliable, like these right here. They're still pretty hard. And even the Chile De Arbol, they're pretty hard as well. So they should become soft and mushy. So we're gonna keep it boiling here. So I can turn to mine. You don't have to have a roaring boil. Like see right there, it's still simmering. That's better. And you want the onion will start turning translucent. Another thing you'll notice is the garlic. If you grab one of the garlic cloves, and if you were to touch it, it'd be soft. So we're gonna let this go for a little bit longer. So, come here closer. I took the garlic out. Now, a lot of times they take the garlics and they go ahead and blend them, but I found that even when I food process them, that some of this fiber doesn't, it stays whole and you have to eat it. So what you can do is just take it, smash it a little bit like this. I got all garlic and you can also see how much it's cooked. So we'll put that garlic in there. And a lot of times you don't even use it, you don't want to do it heavy. Just do a little bit with so you can get it out like that. See, they just come right out. But that way you're not eating, you're not going to eat the husk, if you will. Oh man, that smells good. Okay. I got that. And what I'm gonna do, depends on how much cilantro you like, but I'm gonna take about half this, just the tops, about that much. You put it on the top here, okay? I'm going to take the juice of one lime. Sometimes it's, with this much, it may take two. You're gonna have to taste it. We'll start with one lime and see where it goes from there. Okay. And an important step, my wife will tell you, salt. You want to be kind of heavy-handed with the salt. And then when you taste it, you can figure out how much more to add. Now, you may be asking, well, why aren't you using a blender? I do not like using blenders. However, my wife does. Depends do you want it more saucy? Do you want it more loose? I like this because it kind of leaves it more like chunks. So let's see what we do here. So now what most people do is they blitz it. I'm just gonna let it go in number 10. Let it settle for a second. I'm gonna do it again. I can see I got a little bit of garlic up here. This is the chance where you want to find out if you want to add water to it. See how thick it is. Now I'm going to warn you, depending on how hot your peppers are, you don't want to be standing here when this cool steam comes out, because one, it's hot, and two, it's going to be a steam of picoso. It's going to be spicy. So you want to come take a look. To me, this probably is just right. To me, our family, we kind of like it like this. But what else I'm looking for is, did I chop up all the guajillos small enough? Because sometimes, like this, you might see bigger fibers, which is fine. So you gotta make it, I think this is fine for me. It looks really pretty. So the next step is I'm gonna, well, you know what? I do see a couple more fibers, so I'm gonna hit it one more time. All I'm seeing is the guajillos in there that didn't get blended all the way. And also, I'm not gonna waste all my garlic. I can find some too. But I'm telling you, if you can smell this, this smells really good. So we're gonna hit it one more time. Oh yeah. All right. So now I'm gonna plate some up. All right, that's good. All right, so now let's plate some of this up. Turned out pretty good. Now, the Chile De Arbol has a higher Scoville count. I'm not sure what it is. The Guajillo chilies, they're not hot. We use them to make enchilada sauce. So, but I'll warn you that, remember I put a handful of the Chile De Arbol. It's going to be a little warm. So, the best way to find out how it tastes is just like this. It's good, and that's spicy. So I would say on a scale of 1 to 10 of spicy, it's probably an 8. For salsas, it's probably not for little kids. But if you wanted to have a little kick, what you could do is maybe half the amount of Chile De Arbol that I used. And also, this is really tomatoey. Most people wouldn't put that many tomatoes in it. Look how much, I have a lot left. So, I want to share some with your neighbors. All right, thanks for watching. Let me know what your thoughts. If you try this recipe, let me know how you liked it. And if you tried it out. But again, spicy is one. This is probably a number 8. So if you're not a spice guy, you may want to put a little less Chile De Arbol.